Order in the court! Order in the court! All rise for Honorable Judge Anatoly Dmitrievich Zaslavsky! Huh? What? Where? When? How? Oh! Hey. For the case of law and Latin. Licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike 3.0 United States license. For the defense, we have Gladiator Gaius Julius Caesar. No, not that Caesar. And on the prosecution, we have a tiger? Wait, no, that can't be right. Roar! It's okay, Simba. You'll get to wrestle Julie some other day. Anyways, moving on. For the prosecution, we have Mr. Today Person. Today, how do you do today? Fine, thank you. Mr. Person, let's start with you as my British friend. Mr. Caesar is having some difficulty with Simba over there. No! I shall go first. I ate Simba for breakfast. Or was that waffles? Well, first of all, the government is pure evil. First, I would like to show you some jokes that reflect what Americans' law system is like. Exhibit B. They take people's money at every opportunity. This can be seen with the following joke. A new client had just come in to see a famous lawyer. Can you tell me how much you charge? Said the client. Of course, the lawyer replied. I charge $200 to answer 3 questions. Well, that's a little bit steep, isn't it? Yes, it is, said the lawyer. And what's your 3rd question? More than just your money. What is the difference between a taxidermist and a tax collector? The taxidermist only takes the skin. Ha 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 ha. Let's not forget what Ben said about his own country. In this world nothing is certain but death and taxes. Well, lawyers in Rome were not like that at all. They worked for free. In Rome, it was fair. Everybody represented themselves. It was not about who had the better lawyer. The lawyer offered advice and maybe a short speech. Yeah, but the lawyers were not trained in law at all. They just gave speeches. Also, we made sure our judges were fair. No offense, Your Honor. The penalty shall be death for a judge or arbiter legally appointed who has been found guilty of receiving a bribe for giving a decision. But enough about them. Let's talk about our law system. All the laws were written down on 12 tables, which can be seen in the background. It was built upon the Greek law system, and whether or not you knew, the U.S. law system is based on ours. It was very similar to the Constitution. The 12 tables were posted in the Forum Romanum for everybody to see, so you could not say, I did not know. By the way, Judge, did you know that it was created in 450 BC after a peasants' revolt? Uh-huh. Yeah, sure, go on, The law makes a lot of sense. For example, if somebody admitted to stealing or killing an animal or slave, he had to pay a fine. And if he denied it, but was found guilty, he would have to be charged double for lying. Don't you agree, Judge, that these are fair laws? Yes, but Your Honor, let us not forget the many brutalities in the law system. For example, an obviously deformed child must be put to death. Don't you think that everybody should have the right to live? And if a father sells his own son into slavery 3 times, the son shall be free of his father? What kind of father, I ask you, would sell his own son anyway? Also, paterfamilias could put to death their children and his slaves for any act of disobedience or disloyalty. And if anybody mutilates another's limb, he should suffer the same unless he comes to a friendly understanding with the wounded one. Like that is going to happen. 2 rights don't make a wrong. Everybody knows that. Your Honor, I object! Oh well, His Honor is sleeping, so going on. There were many brutal customs such as crucifixion and flogging. And you think that you must do a big crime to die? In fact, if you break a law, it is more likely that you would be sentenced to death than be let off with a fine. Yes, but Your Honor, the U.S. law system is so similar to ours. We both take oaths before the trial, and our law system is very democratical. We both have councils. We both have complex systems of interdependencies and law creation. To the right you can see what a law had to grow through to become, well, a law. And you will notice that a dictator was present only when there was time for war. Yeah, I guess I have to agree. The US has a few similarities with the Roman law system, but Romans had such a primitive system of casting votes by placing a pebble into a jar. But don't forget, it was changed to a written ballot later on. And you think that if somebody is in office, it is impossible to get him out, like your Bush? Well, wrong! Roman assemblies had the power to impeach the ruler with a very simple vote. And I think I heard enough. Now, whoever gives me the biggest bribe wins. Death to the judge! But US law won't allow that, thankfully, and I am a typical US judge.